everyone. Welcome to the Insomnia stream. I was looking at the famous Dr. Eagle um, soundboard, and I found one that's perfect for insomnia. It's
You know, I have one simple request.
easy to use that little app. Today on the stream we have, hopefully I'm audible. Seems like thumbs up if you guys hear me. I don't know. Um, we have James and Will.
Hey everyone.
How's it going?
We're developers here on Insomnia, and we do more than Dr. Evil soundboards. So today, oh yeah, sorry, one quick thing. So let's see if we have it here. So this is a stream put on by Kong and Insomnia. You can come on the stream. You have to just join our Slack, Insomnia community Slack, and there's a stream channel there. If you join that channel, you have all the information you need to be able to come on the stream. We've had a lot of people come on in the past. It's always really super cool. And if you have any questions or you want to chat along, you can chat on YouTube, on Twitch, or I'll try to watch let me pull it up here on the side. I'll try to watch the Insomnia stream channel on the Insomnia Slack as well. So yeah, everyone welcome. So today, let's filter by this thing. Where was it? Was it it was an issue. Okay, we want to look at is an issue. Insomnia stream. This is the one. Okay. So we had been looking at this yesterday and thought it would be a good idea to just go ahead and look at it on the stream here. So basically, this is an OAuth 2 implicit flow. And what the person is reporting is that the app crashes. They get a pop-up from their auth provider. And when that pop-up occurs, they get a crash. We had a hard time reproducing this. In fact, we had somebody that on the Kong side here that did reproduce this as far as they can tell, and it did not crash. But we're going to try again today. I know I found at least one thing wrong while trying to reproduce this. So yeah, we'll try to do that. What's happening here? It's still bootstrapping. I bootstrapped like 3 minutes ago. Anyway, that makes sense to you guys?
Yeah, so first we need an example to reproduce it. So do we have something?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here. So a while ago, one of the users, this guy, I got it. If I just open this, will it open in here? No, of course not. Okay, here it is. So we got this going on. Oh, that was weird. Did you guys see that? Anyway, it was like all the colors were off. So yeah, somebody made a keycloak auth to SSL testbed. I did use this, and I can happily pull it up here. Let's have it. So it's going to be CD stores, GitHub, and then Schrodinger's cat, whatever. And then what is it in here? So run sh or oops. We'll pull that up. That'll start going. We'll put that on the side, and then we can go grab Insomnia. What is going on? Insomnia is taking forever to start today. It'll get there. So then we can go grab Insomnia and go open that. There's a Insomnia request thingamajig right in the top of that repo. So the problem we're going to hit with this, and maybe I should just open this. Let me open this. Problem we're going to hit with this is I don't know how to make this use the implicit flow, and I don't like deeply understand the Will's could so could you give us a briefing on what the implicit flow is? Do you know?
Yeah, sure. Just for those on the stream, I'm Wills. I'm the Insomnia product manager. I used to work at Okta in a past job, so I know a fair amount about authentication and OAuth and OpenID Connect in particular. So the implicit flow is an OAuth flow. There's several different flows in OAuth, but the implicit flow is one of the original ones. It's actually currently deprecated. So if you're thinking about trying to create OAuth flows and you think, oh, hey, I want to use implicit flow. It is really easy. It's simple, but it's also relatively insecure compared to other flows that exist today. That said, like there's lots of apps that still use implicit flow. It's deprecated. It's not completely broken, though it is definitely insecure. So there are apps out there that use it, and people use Insomnia often to try to debug or work with older APIs that might be deprecated. So implicit flow is definitely something that we still care about on the Insomnia side. So now, what is the implicit flow exactly? So basically, what happens in a more traditional OAuth experience is that you it's actually like a fairly decent like ASCII art diagram in the RFC that might help explain this. Let me try to see if I can find it here.
There's ASCII art in the spec.
Yeah, in the RFC, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like a box diagram kind of thing.
I mean, still.
Like,
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go.
You know how to? You can share your.
Yeah, can I share like just a window? Does that happen?
I don't know. Maybe. I think it probably follows like the Chrome API or whatever.
Looks like it does. Oh my! I need to grant permissions and do all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to come back onto the stream to do that, but I'm just going to send you the link. Yeah.
Yeah, you can send me the link. I can open it.
Cool. All right.
Okay. Let me grab it. It keeps opening things in Firefox. That's okay. Here we are.
Yeah, so this is a grant. So you have this box on the top that's called, this is all like technical terms and identity speak, but that resource owner at the top is just a user. The user agent is the browser, or in our case, Insomnia. And the client is like the application that might be running in the browser or running on your computer that's using the browser to connect to something. So in our case, the client is Insomnia. The user agent might be that browser pop-up that we're going to see to do authentication, and the resource owner is the user. And then the boxes on the right, the authorization server is the key cloak thing that we set up, or whatever other kind of IDP or other authorization server that you might use. It's the thing that's going to be actually giving us the tokens. And then the web hosted client resource is the API that you're trying to access, I believe, in this case. So
what is
go ahead.
What is fragment?
A URL fragment here. I don't know why they put fragments in this explicitly this way, but it's a URL fragment. So like after a hashtag thing, it's just an alternative way to separate like the variables and things that you need to pass.
Okay, could I try to repeat what you just said? Is it over?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I, as a user, interact with my browser, which hits an authorization server, which shows me a page. I pass in some extra information to log in or whatever, and then it gives me a token. I pass that token to a web service, an API that has a backdoor communication with the authorization server, so those two can like validate and say this is good or this is bad, and then it gives me the stuff. And then did I get that right?
Correct. Yeah. So
okay.
More or less. So you as a user are interacting with the client at the bottom, and that you can see that A arrow kind of going up to the user agent.
This one?
Yeah. So the client is going to open a browser and then do that client identifier and redirection URI to hit the authorization server.
Oh, okay.
And then you're going to start doing the authentication stuff. So basically what happens is you hit the token or you hit the, I don't know. Basically, the implicit flow gives you the token right away instead of needing to go like from the authorization endpoint, instead of needing to go back to a different flow. Yeah.
Do I have to clear cookies here? I have to clear cookies. Let's try this again. So why is it still working? I feel like I've had this situation unfold before. I made the silly mistake of firing this off once. Is there cookies there? No cookies. Let me go clear. Send. What? Okay, let's do this again. No. Where'd it go? Insomnia import data. Okay. So get user info, authorization code. Okay. Okay. So here we are. So this window here, this key cloak thing, it's responsive. Wow, that's interesting. Get that. So this key cloak thing here is what on the graph?
The user agent.
The user agent. Oh, interesting. And then okay, so it's actually,
so we're in step B right now, where the user is authenticating.
Okay. It's admin. So then I click sign in, and then what's going to happen behind the scenes? What's going to happen is,
so theoretically, that server just sent back to the browser a redirect URI, and that lets you go hit the endpoint.
Okay, and
I can tell you what Insomnia
token to the client.
Tell you what it. Yeah.
Go ahead, James.
I can tell you what Insomnia is doing in this place. Like when we open this browser window, we basically send like the password, username, password, whatever combination, and then we get back. You can choose to send back a redirect URL, and to let it like send you back like where should it get you next after you authenticate. So in Insomnia, we take this redirect URL and we manipulate it so we can point it to somewhere where we can just do the thing and grab the code. So we kind of fake being a browser in that case, in order for us to be able to grab the access token passed in the redirect URL. So if you saw like the image before that we had, like the scheme, whatever, it says like ABC redirection URI with access token and fragment. The authorization server is going to say, okay, you're authorized, and here's like where I'm going to send you I'm going to redirect you there, and I'm going to pass the token in that like callback URL. So you could have something like, I don't know, my website / unauthenticated, and then that would call your site there with the access token on the URL. Oh boy, it's too hard. I'm not making sense, right?
I'll learn one of these years. I did try to read the entire OIDC spec once. Like I printed it out. It was like 85 pages. I got pretty far into it. I'll tell you stories later about when I tried to read what's the thing with the protections in Europe. Never mind. GDPR. I also did the same thing for GDPR. Those are the two long specs I've tried to like brute force, and yeah, didn't work. Okay, so I think we got our bearings. My question is, I know it already. My question is going to be, but let's hit it naturally. So, Insomnia crashes after displaying a pop-up, so they're doing the implicit type. Well, these things, this grant type here is authorization code, and then there's this other one here, resource owner password credentials, which seems to also work. This is a different thing. I'm gonna let's duplicate authorization code and then call it implicit. So Wills, or anyone, do you know what I need to do to be able to make this work?
I can tell you in theory.
Let's do it.
But yeah,
But
I just want to answer a question from Mark in the chat real quick. GDPR is General Data Protection Regulation. It's a basically privacy regulation that governs the EU, and is what other countries or jurisdictions base their privacy protections on a lot of the time as well. There's other various regulations around the world, but yeah, it's I don't want to pretend to be an expert, but it's talks about what kinds of data you
process. Let's see. We got to memorize this board.
I have gathered here before me the world's deadliest assassin.
Okay.
Gotcha. There's a delay in the chat.
Oh, there is.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Sweet.
So cool.
Okay, so implicit flow. So I think one of the things we should do is change that to implicit, which you've done.
Yeah.
The authorization URL, I'm not sure what the key cloak things are, but if you go back to the authorization code one, it should be the same one as that for the authorization URL. So
okay,
should be right. And the client ID can be whatever is registered within the KeyCloak app. So I'm not sure which.
If this worked before for code, it should work here.
Theoretically, but so the authorization server, in this case, the KeyCloak app that you have running, should have a basically dictionary or database of clients that it can interact with. So that one looks like there's the authorization code grant type for that client ID, but it's not set up to use the implicit flow, at least by my read of this. So that client ID may not work. If you look for implicit instead.
Yeah. Okay. Nope.
Yeah, maybe so.
I don't know. It could be just.
Have you been able to reproduce with the KeyCloak thing at all?
Nope. That's what I got.
So that might be why. And again, the implicit flow is deprecated, so it makes sense that they wouldn't have it set up by default to work this way. Again, I'm not super familiar.
Out, right?
Here's what we need to know. This is the info. What'd you say, James?
We could try it out. Just try the send and see what happens.
Well, there's a couple things. Yeah. All right. Let's do it. So just right now, just hit send right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just see what's the output.
Yeah,
unauthorized client. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna duplicate this. So here we hit our first genuine bug, which I don't think is relevant to what we're going to talk about. But I'm going to type the A character on my keyboard and just watch what happens. And I type refresh token. And I get this. Is that right? Oh, it's acting different than I did before. There it was there. Okay. Let's back up. I forgot which thing does it. So I can duplicate. Yeah. Okay. If I go to identity token here, I noticed this is an Insomnia thing, but if I go over here and I say, sorry, it's hard to fit everything. Source maps, yay. Big. If I go over here and I type the A character on my keyboard, nothing else, this whole thingamajig fails with this error here. I'm assuming this is not relevant to what we're unexpected token in JSON. So I think it's because it's a JWT, IO. Can we get an example one? Yeah. So if I put a valid JWT in there, And there's no way to unblock this now. Like I can switch to something else. It'll still just be stuck. Kind of a fun thing. So that's that. But if I put this is just what I noticed when I was trying to debug this. If I put an identity token here that said valid based on web token thingamajig, it will work. I mean, it'll still fail, but it won't die. That's about all I got. So we need to look. Can someone tell us? We need to figure out if Keycloak, like how to do the implicit flow with Keycloak. Implicit and hybrid flow. What is the hybrid flow? Okay. By default, uses authorization code, Keycloak, flow. So what we really need to know is this Docker image, Keycloak, name, and it's with RM, JBoss, Keycloak, there. We got to find, are you guys looking at this at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Tell me if you see it sooner. Flow. No, implicit. No. So I was just wondering if, are these are environment variables, right? That you can set, or no, this is the thingamajig. This is the Docker file.
Yeah.
Right. We need
Yeah,
to
I don't see anything in this command that is like setting up clients. So that implies to me that it's being read from a configuration file somewhere else.
Where's the okay? Where could that be though?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. I mean, because we have these TLS certs that are here. Certs localhost. So there's this guy and this guy. Oops. Let's go back to that Docker file thing. Or whatever. Keycloak, RM. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing here of great specificity. I want to know how to put it in hybrid mode from the CLI. That's what I want to know. David made a comment. He said the bundled OAuth server in Insomnia smoke test supports all the flows the app can do, included implicit. You can start with npm serve. Oh, okay. So let's try that. Oops, I don't need to close those. I think it was run with RM. So let's get a new tab here. Make it nice and big. And then let's probably kill Insomnia over here if we're going to run smoke tests. Why did that not do that? Oh, because I'm in the wrong window. Okay. Insomnia smoke test, playwright. Does this ring a bell to you, James?
Yep. I can help here. So let me send you the command to run them in dev mode.
Okay. Implicit. Very nice. You can start the server and hit the OAuth server manually with Insomnia. No need to run the smoke test themselves. Okay. So CD packages. What are you saying? Insomnia smoke test, and then npm run serve. Did I spell it right? Let's see. Listening on localhost 410. And then the OAuth. Okay, and then I grab this collection, OAuth testing in the testing team. Oh, right. So let me open Insomnia. So we should keep it open. Let's create a new terminal. we're going to use our smoke test server, which supports all of these flows. Great idea. We should probably.
Yeah, we also have some fixtures, so you can just copy paste the URLs from there.
Oh, great. Where are they?
Fixtures, OAuth YAML, and try to search implicit. There you go.
It's the same. It's even the same port. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, we're back here, except there's a UI bug. That's weird. Look at that. What's going on? Weird. Okay, let's get a new collection going. Yep. Okay. And then we're going to create a new request. And we're going to have, can I make these side by side? Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so the URL is well, what is the URL?
I think you can even import the YAML file, like copy and import from clipboard.
Oh, okay.
Just the whole thing.
OAuth testing. Okay.
Sweet.
Implicit client credentials. Hey, look at that. That's client credentials, and then wait, so how? Oh, I clicked the wrong. I mistook that to mean the folder was open. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so here, login. What is it going to be like? Admin or something? Foo and bar. Just learned recently what the you know what comes after foo bar baz? It's like something with a Q.
It's like tux, right? Quux,
Baz,
QUX.
QUX.
There's a whole thing.
Thud? Fred? Fred, thud. Okay. All right. Well, we're testing the implicit flow, I guess. It seems to work. ID and access token. Very helpful. Let's go. So then let's pull up the let's pull this up over here. Authentication pop-up appears and Insomnia crashes. Well, we had the authentication pop-up appear and Insomnia did not crash. So I guess that's that. I guess we're done. I'd love to.
Can we look at the error though? Like, why would the window crash? Perhaps we can give some info about what to do next.
So, yeah. Will redirect URL, and the URL is blank. Didn't match access token or ID token. Let's make this full screen so it doesn't wrap so badly. Hard to read like this, so let's just see if we can do this. Okay, hopefully that's legible. So these are all. So info will redirect, ignoring URL, empty string, didn't match. Did navigate, ignoring URL, and then that's kind of weird. There's like one. That's kind of weird. How it's formatted. There's like a missing. Well, anyway, okay. Error occurred in the handler. Authorized user in window. Aborted. Loading at reject at cleanup. So what is JS2C? That's an Electron thing? Yeah, it gotta be. So this is not very helpful, unfortunately. At least I don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm looking at the code and we're basically trying to load a URL. And if it fails, we just reject with an error we get. So probably that's the...
So what's the name of the file you're in?
If you look at misc.ts, miscellaneous, yeah.
One.
It's in OAuth 2.
Yeah. Okay.
In the end, line 145, there is we have like a try cats.
Mm-hmm.
So
URL.
we're saying like child.load URL, and
Yeah,
that's
so I can replicate this. Oh, so maybe okay, is this it? Hold on. Let's like not change this for a second. Is the thing that's okay, so like so is what's happening here that the person just didn't is this really simple? They didn't put a URL in up here? Add no, that's not it. Okay. Let me refresh here and let's see if we can get what this URL is, just to be sure. You guys probably get it, but I don't get it. So I'm gonna look. DevTools. I will never ever remember where that is. Okay. Okay. Here we are. Great. Nothing. Did I not save the file? Where are we here? I saved the file. Are we not hitting this code path? Oh no, we're not hitting this code path because I already did the flow. So I have to clear it. I have to clear the token itself. Yeah, right. So let's go clear. Click to confirm. Okay, so now it's gonna send this. Put anything in here. So I'm told it did not log the URL. Match.
I think because that's on the main, it doesn't get watched.
Oh. Okay. So then I just restart Insomnia. Okay. A likely excuse. Yep. I've been using this blue theme lately, whatever it's called, solarized, so that if there's anything in the app that doesn't look right, I can see it after we realize that the portal plugin is different. Okay. Cool. So let's see. View. Okay. We have to do clear. Fetch. I'll put it over here. Still did not log it. Oh, there it is. Wait a second. Yeah, I logged it up here. So OIDC auth. So where does that come from? We have a redirect URL here. But this is not the one that was actually used. The one that was used is auth response auth. It was this one. So is it that they used the, like, maybe this was not filled out?
So that's that's the URL that's you're trying to get a token from, basically. So that thing's gonna get hit first, or should get hit first.
Right. But if James is correct, it's an empty string by this point. Okay, let's try to force it. I don't know how this could be happening. Like, let's try to force it to load that URL, and I guess I have to restart again. It's been kind of cool. You see, VS Code has that, like, you guys notice that in the latest VS Code release, they changed the color for that to make it colorblind accessible. This thing in the gutter. Kind of neat.
That's
Thanks,
cool.
VS Code. We were really worried. My son is 2 years old, and we were like super worried recently that he is colorblind, and we didn't know it. And not that it's, I mean, plenty of people. My father's colorblind. Plenty of people are colorblind and do just fine. But obviously, it's better to be able to see color. So we set up an experiment with a bunch of colored, like stuffed animals and things. He's not colorblind.
Good to hear.
Thanks, James. Well, I mean, I think that didn't work either. I mean, this is not a caught promise, because the fact that the app crashed, this is like this has got to be something else.
Did the app crash, or was it like an error in the window?
Oh, he said the app crashed. Crash when? Okay. Insomnia crashes shortly after displaying the pop-up. So like I can't think of what would possibly cause that.
Well, I think we can leave this a bit perhaps then and try to find a better reproduction, because we validated that at least the version of implicit flow that we support is working.
Mm-hmm.
So probably it has to do with that specific use case.
Or that
So if
endpoint.
we can ask for better, some like more refined use case or something we can use to replicate the bug.
While we're looking at this, would you mind if we took a look at this real quick?
Sure. Let's try
So
this.
identity, identity. Oh, I don't want to look in smoke test. Identity. Oh, are there not that many times in the app we say identity in a space? Identity token. Oops. So this OAuth token input on change. So let's just go to that. So token models OAuth token. That's great. Like where? Okay, a cross origin error was thrown. It's been a long time since I saw one of these. React doesn't have access to the actual error object in development. Yeah. So I don't know why that could happen, but let's just try to find it real quick. And if we can't, then fine.
Yeah, there's a JSON parse right there. So
Right here. That's
is
the
there
thing.
another one?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, JSON parse can throw an error, and if that error is being thrown in the render method, I think that's what we would see.
Like that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and the reason it has that weird thing there is because we're calling A to B on it. A to B. It's going to do that little like.
Yeah. So the problem is we're parsing the JSON in the inside the render phase, like in the render function. We could try catch it. I think that's because JSON parse is a function that might throw an error. So we need to try catch it if we want to be sure. Otherwise, this could happen for whatever reason.
So then we need to do like return. What is this even going to be like?
Yeah, I don't know what the exp is, but
well, if
trying to get the expiration
expiration
claim out of the token. Yeah.
all right.
DXP. Okay, so we have to do this. That's kind of nasty, but let's just see. I just want to see if like we found the right spot. If we did find the right spot, I can water. I can follow up with it later, I think. I just hate finding things like this broken, like super broken in the app and then like leaving them, you know. Let's do this and then refresh. Is this also I have to restart the app to get this to?
No, that's a TS6 file, so that should definitely be. We can even change the main one. We just didn't do it with the Vite stuff, but we could make it so that the dev mode is always watching for files, you know, or whatever, some packages.
I gotcha. Okay. So what is this error?
Oh, you kept the URL empty URL. You changed the URL to fake it.
There we go. Unexpected token. That's exactly what I got before, but it didn't like totally go crazy now. So okay, well we found at least the place. So I'm gonna like stash this and then I can rename it. How do I rename it? Well, anyway, I can fix that later, and then we can look at it. Okay. Well, we got about 20 minutes left. What else? What else? Do you have any? You guys have anything in particular you want to look at, or should we just go to the top of the list?
Let's hit the list.
All right.
Yeah.
And the
Okay. I'm not very good at searching, so I usually find one and then click it. All right. So let's see. I'm going to look at, okay, this one has been approved. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get it merged. Is this the one that needs tests? No, it isn't. 11 days ago, David approved it. Okay, let's see if we can get this merged. So workaround for OAuth 2 Postman 2.1 import fixes this bug. Let's see this bug. Auth config is not imported from Postman request. I remember this. Yep. Okay, so Postman we support a bunch of formats, one of which is Postman's formats, and they have a field that we were not bringing in before for the auth stuff. We didn't attempt to import the fields in the key value objects. We just pre-create the request with the empty values. After this, all of the stuff gets filled in. So that's super, super slick. Adding it to the stream. Okay, thanks. Cool. Let's take a look. So OAuth 2. OAuth 2. There it is. We can draft issue. Okay. That's one way to name it. All good. Let's do this. We got to clear this. This is that from Vite now? We have to clear that stuff. Okay. So I'm going to rebase first things first onto develop. Hopefully there's no merge conflicts, and there were not. Great. This was originally, Philippe authored. See, it's funny. Sometimes people are like, I tell people sometimes like, oh, you used a different email for that commit than you did for another one. And people are like, how did you know? And it's like, because it shows me a different icon in GitKraken because they're auto-generated. Okay. npm run app start. We want to take, let's see if there was a Postman import in this. Oh, he gave that example. Let's just use that example. Yep. Okay. Whoa. Do we have to bootstrap again?
Probably. Because you need the CA certs file.
Oh, and it has to be regenerated because it's using. But isn't it done on the fly now, or it's done at Bootstrap?
It's done at Bootstrap, but you could also run build for the app, I think. But I'm also curious to see how long Bootstrap takes on your machine.
All right. I was meaning to ask you, could we take this? So while we're waiting, off topic, could we take these characters that I've selected here away? Do we have to build Insomnia components during install?
Yes, because build creates the types. So we also need the types to be available.
Yeah, but build creates the types. But why couldn't we just do that when it comes time to build? Like, why couldn't we put a...
Because when we import Insomnia components, we need to resolve the types from somewhere. So like we need to change a lot of our tooling. We can do this, but we would need to change how we grab the types
project
from
references?
the packets. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. All right. Maybe we can do that.
Yeah. We can definitely do it, but not like directly.
So wait, what are we doing here? Oh, we're doing something completely different. All right. I can like clear all models. Yes. Okay. Clipboard. The request collection? I don't know. Example collection. Example with OAuth 2.
Ta-da.
Yeah,
Sweet.
really. That's funny. We both have different. And then we can run Insomnia on prod and verify that this does not work. I think this is close to production. Usually I keep them 2022.2.0. That's close enough. From clipboard, new request collection. Blank. Sweet. Well, I'm happy with that. Let me push this guy. Force push. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. All right, we got it force pushed. It's gonna rerun now. Let's look at the code, and then we can move on to the next thing. So, boy, it's hard to read. I really can't make this smaller. Okay, so these are fixtures from importing Postman. Okay, I hope there are unit tests. Are there unit tests? There's this stuff. So here's the code that was added. Oh, there are unit tests. Great. Thank you, Philippe. Really appreciate that. It's hard with these kinds of like string transformation packages, like, Insomnia importers, HTTP snippet, like these kinds of things that do a lot of stuff. It's very hard to just use fixture, like rely on fixture tests. Although the fixtures are good, it can become quite a hassle to be able to make heads or tails of what exactly the fixtures are testing. Returns an empty or like what the intended behavior is. Empty OAuth 2 if it's Postman v2. So this is schemas.postman.com, I think it is. Nope. Schema. Yep. So there's these different formats. So we only support the latest one, is what I just read, I believe.
Or at least the OAuth 2 is only imported in 2.1. Yep.
Let's look.
So this is the 2.0.0.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It sure seems like it's in here, but I don't really mind. I mean, we don't really have any.
I didn't see any OAuth specific. See there, but that's
OAuth 1, OAuth 2.
Oh, there it is. Okay. But maybe the details aren't there or something.
Oh,
like client ID and stuff like that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it is. Client ID. No, it isn't. But if we go to this next one, auth 2. Yeah, see, auth attribute. So auth attribute.
Oh, but there was something about the like key value object or something that it was pulling data from in the PR description.
Let me look.
Yeah, key plus value objects. So it looks like that's just like flex field basically. So it's not necessarily defined in the schema.
Oh, right. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Returns OAuth if okay, yep. Did I do that? I think I looked at this before and anyway. Right. And then here find by key value. Okay, yeah. So we're finding this key access token URL and then this returns that value. Okay. Okay. Import collection. Yeah, right. Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're just going to these values.
I always like seeing more tests added than actual code. Makes me feel good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good point. This is like really all of the code here, and this is returning. What is this function? Import OAuth 2 authentication. Yeah, let's go find that. Import OAuth 2. Yep. If the schema, well, maybe does it matter if we say the reverse?
I wonder if we should update that comment that's up above.
Oh, and remove it because it's not
the note. The workaround is fine, but yeah.
All right, let's read it. Only import the token. just return a disabled empty OAuth to configuration so the user can fill it in later. Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah, so it's Postman 2.0 might do that, but Postman 2.1 seems to have it somewhere. It's just in a different place
You
than
could
it
just say
used to
like
be.
we only they only export the token. Well, like clearly that's not true. Just return a disabled so we can fill it in later. I don't think it's really helpful to even say that. Oh, that's funny. Did we have a we never caught it. This thing, I haven't seen one of these in a little while. We got most of them. Notice how this is here, but it really should be there.
Mhm.
This is a code mod that we ran on the whole code base to try to convert from Float to TypeScript, and this code mod had a bug, which is that it would, if it ran into a situation like that for whatever reason, it would do that. Did I just lose all the? I just lost the thing that I was typing. Did I?
But is this true? Like in this context, if you don't have like the V 2.1 has an OAuth 2 object thingy, whereas V2 just has the authentication.
It does have OAuth 2. Here's 2.0 OAuth 2.
Hmm.
I see what you're saying, and maybe there's a way that we could get it. Maybe this is fine, and we could just let it always do this, and it would work for 2.0. Or I mean, those are the only versions they have. They didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect Philippe went through and tested. Otherwise, like it's odd to me that he would have added this check if and the tests if 2.0 wasn't working.
I have yet a different perspective, which is that who cares if it like I think they've been using 2.1 for at least a year. You know, I mean, seriously though, I mean, like, what value does it provide to our users to let them import a thing that nobody's using anymore? I don't think anyone is really.
Fair.
I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna eat my shoe on that later and regret saying that. But if you're watching this in the future and you know you really want to have Postman v 2.0 schema support for this thing, then I guess just let us know and we can look into it. But I'm inclined to not even look.
Yeah, it's tough already to make a parser and write it, and you know, it's much tougher having to support all versions. And I'm pretty sure there's like a Postman V2 to V2.1, so probably we can go through that.
Yep. Cool. All right. Yeah, that's a good point. If somebody has that problem, we can say just go to Postman and use Postman to update it to the latest and then export it again. Problem solved.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy with this. Approve. Let's find a cool GIF. Does it? Oh, I don't have GIFs here. Oh, I don't have the GitHub. I don't know if I can approve this without a GIF though.
Here, I'll try to find one for you.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions? Let's see here. This is a little interesting. Epic win. There. Good enough. Share. Is it going to give me? I hate how you can't. I just want to link to the. I actually embed is what I want, right? Copy. It has to be an iframe. That's not going to work. How can I put copy the GIF link? That's what they do for the copying. Oh, okay. So I have to say like. I've never appreciated having that extension until now. Okay, great. Man.
There we go.
20 minutes to review the PR and test it. 20 minutes to find the GIF. Okay, we can move on. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Dr. Evil. Oh, we have to. Well, we'll let Philippe actually merge it. Maybe we should. We'll let him decide. We have like 4 minutes left. Reclaim focus. I think we talked about this last time, but I see that it doesn't have any comments. So let's just reclaim focus on address bar after the focus is lost by curl import. So let's try to reproduce this super fast. I do it by, I think you can do copy as curl from here. Copy as curl. Is this going to contain some kind of, let's just go to google.com. Network. Yeah, is this going to have some kind of like session token in it? No. So I can do copy as curl, and then I come over to Insomnia, and then let's do this. I paste. I didn't do anything else, and I'm typing, and nothing happened. So the implementation reclaims focus on the address bar every time it loses focus due to the key of the component changing. More about the key change in this message. Let's see here. Oh, they're responding to me. I sent you an email to have a call and help you get started with it back in July 2021. I don't remember this, but I'm sure it happened. Oh yeah. I do remember this now. I worked with this person. This was pre-stream. This was before the Insomnia stream. I worked with this person to try to resolve this issue, and we basically couldn't. Okay, someone said it was fixed. Well, I remember that we couldn't fix it, but we tried. So okay, this approach has shortcomings that the focus is always reclaimed at the end of the input, which might be different from cursor position. For example, when clicking on in the middle of a string. Solving might involve performing a key change, in which case this implementation could be approved to not always focus at the end, but restores focus where it was lost on the unmount. Oh, this is for copy as curl. Wait. Is this for paste?
Yeah, this one is after you import. I think it's trying to refocus the thing. So like if you remove everything and do paste from curl.
Okay.
Now the focus should be on the input. Like if you press the arrows without clicking anywhere.
There's no focus at all.
I think that's the problem it's trying to solve.
It should be here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's not copy as curl.
Yeah. But
all right, well, let's see what he did real quick. We're almost out of time. 20 seconds. So input had focus. Oh boy, focus management, such a pain.
Yeah, I usually rely on the platform state for focus. In this situation, I would try to make it like an autofocus input. But since that's a code editor,
it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. But I think that the solution might be to make a code editor with autofocus.
It is a code editor now. Even though it's called input, it's a let's go find the type of that. It'll show us.
Yeah. I mean, like if we can have the autofocus prop in the code editor,
I think we do.
Then perhaps we can do that.
Come on, Lassie. Look how much code is handling focus stuff in this file.
Too much.
Look on the right. You see like the
Yeah.
the baby poop green or whatever, brown mustard. I don't know what to call that color. Okay, code editor though does have an autofocus, which is what this is. Code mirror. Autofocus. Really? Focus. Well, anyway, we're out of time, but I thought it was here. All right. Well, we tried. Too bad, so sad. Cool. Well, thanks for coming, everyone. Really appreciate it. Another week in history. I think we got to be up to like 15 now, something like that. 15 weeks we've done this. It's always fun. Thanks for tagging along, James and Wills. It's always a lot more fun with more people.
That's good.
We'll see everyone next week.
Thanks for having.